Hey guys, it's ShishKebab1 coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. Today's video, guys, is a response to Zedmot's video talking about the utility of level 6 battle orders and if it provides any real benefit or not. The short version of the story is yes it does, yes it's worth upgrading. I've done some math, I've made some charts, and we're going to go through it. First of all, I guess we should mention that all the calculations were done assuming no damage boosts on statues. And we were using, let's see, what were the variables of interest here? Well, one thing was trying to determine when the first shot of the Zookas comes out. I'm not entirely sure. Let's just say without battle orders, just when a normal Zooka is firing, I'm just assuming it takes them 2 seconds to get that first shot out, just to make all the calculations correct. They fire every 2 seconds, so in order for the DPS to be accurate over any given length of time, they should fire after 2 seconds. I made a couple of replays and watched them, and I was trying to count the delay, and it looked like 2 seconds. Let me see. Oh, I don't think I have it on here. I was doing something else. It doesn't matter, but that was one of the assumptions was when they actually fire their first shot. Okay, that was important. So when you're under battle orders, just like Zedmot said, level 6 battle orders means the Zookas fire every 1.25 seconds, and level 5 battle orders is every 1.33 seconds. So therefore, I'm also assuming that as soon as Zookas pop out of the smoke, under level 6, the first shot is fired at 1.25 seconds, and under level 5 battle orders, the first shot is fired at 1.33 seconds. Anyway, what I've done is I've charted out the damage over a 30-second period, and we can start with this chart. Let me explain it. Here we go. So this is total damage. Again, remember, this is not with any statue bonuses, okay? Obviously, if you have 100% troop damage, take these numbers, multiply them by 2, and that's what they come out to be. And what you're seeing is everywhere there's a notch or a step in this chart, it's when the Zookas are firing a shot, okay? Because you'll see that those steps don't always line up with one another because they have different shot rates based on the different times that they fire due to the different haste increases or speed increases of the respective battle orders. Anyway, the red line on the bottom is the baseline. That's an unboosted Zooka, okay? They fire every 2 seconds, and they have the same amount of damage all throughout the time. They have a very constant rate, all right? The yellow line is under level 5 battle orders, and then the green line is under level 6. One little caveat here. If you structure the shot sequence like I did, with the first shot being at 1.25 seconds under battle orders, technically you do get 6 shots in under 7.5 seconds. Because you can see the line where 7.5 seconds is, you can see that step on the green line. There is a step right at the 7.5 second mark. When I made this chart, though, I did not assume that the bonus damage of battle orders was being applied there. I did some of those calculations later. It doesn't really make a big difference. But just to let you know, we assumed that the battle order bonus damage was already gone at the 7.5 second mark on this chart. Just to let you know, just to be clear. So you can see the total damage output, especially over 30 seconds, where we get to. There really isn't, I guess, a big difference after 30 seconds between these things, but depending on where you are in the fight at different intervals, the differences can be noticeable. I mean, if you look between the range of 7.5 seconds and what is that, like 8 seconds or 8.5 seconds, there's a big difference between level 6 and level 5 battle orders, and that can be the difference between a shock wearing off and you getting that extra shot in or not, that kind of thing. It really depends. But let's just move along. Here's the data. Take a look at it analytically. Make your own conclusions. Okay, I've broken it down many other ways. Here's one that I calculated called Instantaneous Dps. This is the DPS that happened between the interval of the last shot that was fired and how much damage they just did on this shot. So the damage that was done on this shot divided by the interval between the current shot and the last shot is the Instantaneous Dps. Obviously for baseline it's constant, okay? Well, for the first 2 seconds they're doing no damage, that's why it's 0, okay? But after 2 seconds it's just constant. Oh yeah, I should also mention that these numbers include the all landing craft. Well, in this case DPS won't matter, but like on total damage, this is a level, what is it? It's a max level landing craft, all 8 landing craft full of Zookas, okay? That was the other assumption that went into these damage calcs. One more thing to note. Back in these damage calcs, that level 5 and level 6 numbers also include Brick's DPS, and they include the increase in DPS that she gets by leveling her up in order to obtain level 6 battle orders. Honestly, it's very small. It's less than 1% difference, but I threw it in there anyway. Anyway, back to the instantaneous DPS. So what you can see is the level 6 battle orders clearly has higher DPS during the time battle orders is up, the instantaneous battle orders. It gets a little bit weird and choppy on the downside, again, just based on the interval of shots and where things occur. And again, this assumes that at the 7.5 second mark on level 6 battle orders, we are not getting the extra bonus to damage, okay? This would have looked a little bit different if that was the case. But moving right along, here's our average DPS, all right? This is if you take the total amount of damage and then just divide it by the time. Basically, when you go back to this chart, no matter where you are in this chart, if you just take that value, the damage value, and then divide it by the corresponding time value, you end up with this chart, and this is your average DPS over time. Again, you can see, and this is also assuming just one battle orders, right? One battle orders right at the beginning, and then it's just no battle orders after that. Obviously, things start to normalize and taper out, and the longer you go, the less effect you'll notice. I mean, it's kind of obvious. The last chart, I think, is maybe one of the most interesting here that really kind of opens your eyes a bit to it. This is the total damage percent difference, okay? These lines are a little bit different. Let's start with the red line. The red line is level 6 battle orders, the amount of, well, it's the difference in total damage, like the increase. So this is level 6 compared to baseline. And this chart was made calculating it at every 1 second interval. So at every second, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, whatever, I'm calculating this based on what the current, the situation is. Now the Zookas may or may not have fired a shot. And at a certain point, the Zookas might actually have an extra shot under level 6 battle orders in particular. That's why you see this chart kind of jumping up and down, okay? Because I'm doing I'm collecting the data at every second. But the battle orders, they fire at weird times, okay? They start firing at fractions of a second, so that's why you get these jumps. But here's the point. Obviously, level 6 compared to baseline is a really nice total damage percent difference. It's really huge. I mean, in the first 10 seconds, you're looking at 75% more damage that comes out of your Zookas compared to not having battle orders at all, okay? Kind of makes sense, but there you go. Now, where it starts to get a little bit more interesting, I suppose, is like the yellow line. Okay, the yellow line is level 6 compared to level 5 battle orders. Now, again, this is the level 6 that assumes that at the 7.5 second mark, we do not apply the damage multiplier to that shot that the Zookas fire. Okay, that's actually done on the next line. But what you'll see is that the percent, the total percent damage difference, it's very big at the 5 second mark. You're almost up to a 30% difference between level 6 and level 5. The reason here is because there's an extra shot the Zookas have fired off under level 6 that the level 5 haven't. But it does kind of taper off and it does go down a bit. After 10 seconds though, I'm still showing on the yellow line, I'm still showing something around, hell, I'm at the actual numbers right in front of me. Let's see, total percent damage difference. Where are you? At the 10 second mark, here we go, you've got 19.36% difference between level 6 and level 5 battle orders, exactly at the 10 second mark with the assumption I've made. That is something. That is absolutely worth upgrading, guys. But, these numbers jump around. I mean, if you stop the fight at 9 seconds, for instance, the difference is only 5.57%. So it really matters where that fight ends and what kind of a gain you're going to get. But these trends should more or less be correct based on the assumptions I've stated here in the calculation of it. But I just want to let you guys know, it does appear that level 6 battle orders is worth upgrading. Another important thing to note is that, eventually you do gain an extra shot, right? Or, no, not quite. But, how can I say it? You still get that 6th shot. I mean, you're still going faster. You still produced more shots under level 6 battle orders than you will under level 5 at various time intervals. And this is the discretization of that. Okay? Zedmont, you asked for some more math. Here you go. To let you know, I didn't quite get the same numbers you got when you calculated unboosted damage over 10 seconds, level 5 damage over 10 seconds, and level 6 damage over 10 seconds. I'm not quite sure how you calculated those numbers. Mine weren't too far off, mind you. But so the trends totally agree with the numbers you have, but the details of your numbers, I'm not quite sure how you came up with it. Maybe you were including troop damage or something. I don't know. But anyway, I believe this is more or less correct based on the assumptions that I've stated here. And it's variable, but it's definitely worth doing level 6 compared to level 5 battle orders. I think it is, because it increases your chances of winning, and you will do more damage at certain time marks. I mean, you always will, but it's variable. The one thing to state, though, is whether or not it's pretty insignificant as to whether or not you get that extra multiplier of the what is it, 33%? No, sorry. It's 33% damage multiplier from the level 6 battle orders on the 6th shot. It doesn't make much of a difference. In the end, you're only talking about 37,135 extra damage, okay? Because that's just 1/3 of the damage they do. So it's really not that much. It's pretty insignificant. The real winner here is the haste that you get from it. I mean, don't get me wrong. The percent damage increase is nice, but the haste is the real powerhouse behind battle orders, and that moves up, and that's going to increase the amount of shots you can fire under certain time intervals, and it will definitely net you more damage. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to do a little bit of a number thing and show you guys what I was thinking about it. Please let me know in the comments below if I made a mistake. It's quite probable I did this pretty quickly, or what you think about it, and if there's something else I should consider or something else you'd like to see me chart. But anyway, I guess we'll jump back to Boom Beach. I really got nothing else to show you, so hope you guys have a super fantastic, awesome day, and remember, as always, be kind to others, because if you're not, you're just being mean, and mean people suck. Have a great day.